Thank you, Andrew and Zachary. Please help me welcome the speaker for the class of 2018, Brooke Lewis.
In the past few weeks, I've been filled with introspection, as this is not only the end of our school year, but our career as members of the Syosset school community. I've been faced with many lingering internal questions, like, what's better, Bagel Master or Woodbury Deli? Has getting rid of Otis Spunkmeyer cookies actually helped anyone be healthier? And how are there rooms in that building that I still don't know how to get to? But somewhat more difficult to answer is, did high school meet my expectations? My predictions for what high school was going to be like was admittedly based on a flawed premise. I based all my expectations on 2006's astronomical hit, High School Musical. Singing in the cafeteria, basketball championships, and incredibly romantic coincidences were the standards set by this film. Troy and Gabriella's posters covered all my friends' walls, and we would sing the song for hours, annoying our parents, and internalizing this message about a high school career filled with intrigue. But if I had to make an IMDb synopsis about my high school experience, it would sound a little bit more like this. Syosset High School, 2018. In this romantic comedy between a teen girl and her bed, Brooke must decide, should she go to extra help after school or go home and take a nap? Meanwhile, she must navigate the dramatic struggle of having to walk from Stillwell when she's already late. I guess you could say that in a lot of ways, high school did not meet my expectations. We were promised romance, thrills, and being serenaded by Zac Efron on the daily. Now, I can't speak for everyone up here, but I definitely didn't get any of those. But ultimately, I was not disappointed by high school, especially not at a school like Syosset. We had the kind of year that Disney Channel would not have the courage to portray. We had the vandalization, a protest and memorial for the victims of gun violence, and the countless troubles facing our classmates individually throughout the year. Events that were fraught with controversy as well as strong emotion. But instead of the administration taking a militant approach or teachers forcing discussions out of their classrooms, I found the very opposite. Teachers invited the debate into our rooms, and as long as we were civil to one another, we were encouraged to speak our minds. I can honestly say that I am proud to have gone to a school that worked hard at every opportunity to give us an education that would make us into citizens capable of enacting change. And it is because of this pride that I feel that high school did not match my expectations. In TV and in the movies, we see administrators intent on destroying individuality, ridiculous teachers who delight in failing their students, and students who are not passionate about things that matter. But at Syosset, this is simply not the case. Our endeavors are 100% supported by the faculty. Dr. Durante never misses a theater production. He takes the time to view our art galleries. He goes to all the sporting events he can, from the bowling tournaments to lacrosse championships. And when I chose to write an article for the school newspaper on the traumatic incident of the school vandalism this year, he sat down with me, and although he wasn't allowed to give me any specific information, he took the time to explain what he could, and for 40 minutes we talked about every college I was applying to and my future plans beyond college. Dr. Rogers, arguably the busiest man in the district, took the time out of his day to view the recent forensic showcase, of which I was a part, and actually stayed afterwards to discuss the debate topics with my teammates. An interested and supportive principal and superintendent can make a world of difference in a big place like Syosset High School. Our teachers are people who care both about their subject matter and their students' lives in and out of school. They challenge us, and they challenge themselves to be the best that they can be. They believe in our abilities and don't believe in our weaknesses. They're ever present for us, offering extra help multiple times a week, and by being available to listen to our problems. It's nearly impossible to go through 4 years here and not have a strong emotional connection to a teacher, because this school is filled with so many exceptional ones. Whether it was the math teacher whose extra help you attended just to ask for life advice, or a social studies teacher who would tell us all stories about her hippie days to decompress after a particularly challenging AP Euro exam. I am excited for college, but I will dearly miss having teachers who encompass both counselor, instructor, and role model. And as for our student body, I couldn't be more proud. So many times throughout high school when I was met with an opportunity to get to know someone outside of my social circle, I was not only made comfortable, but made a new friend. We are a class made of talented artists and musicians, dedicated athletes, inspiring leaders, mathematical geniuses, students who will go on to be the next generation of great teachers, and so many more. The caricature of a typical high school with dichotomy between the popular crowd and the nerds and an impermeable wall between the two is simply not accurate at Syosset. There is no pressure to stick to the status quo here because we celebrate the differences of one another. I'm proud to have gone to a school with students who speak their mind articulately, even when disagreeing. So to conclude, I would say that high school didn't just meet my expectations, but exceeded them, by being an environment of which I was proud to be a part. I know that my classmates will go on to do many incredible things and bop to the top. Here's hoping that we never forget late nights at the diner, the joy of donning those black senior shirts, and the sound of Mr. Gessner's voice announcing the daily hot lunch specials. Although embarking on our new paths may be frightening, it's comforting to know that in a way we are like High School Musical because we're all in this together.
Thank you, Brooke. We will now have the presentation.